What is up, Frequency fam? Welcome back to this important video about routine, planning, goal setting, and the higher realm, the higher path. This is for all you conscious creators, all you spiritual warriors, anybody looking to manifest at a high level, anybody looking to stop fighting the flow and get with it. Harness your ultimate power, walk the path of spirit, and create your reality. This ain't bullshit, and this is a very important note I need to make on formlessness. This is one of the 3 pillars of manifestation in my manifestation series. So manifestation, at the essence of it, it starts off with imagination, right? The second pillar would be reprogramming the subconscious mind. This is all about thinking from a new perspective, thinking from the manifestation, right? Doing affirmations, right? To affirm a new character, a new identity, and a new perspective to see yourself in this world. This is reprogramming the subconscious mind. That's the second pillar. Right here, we need to talk about allowance. We need to talk about flow and connection to spirit, right? Because the first 2 were mostly about yourself. This part is about how you, the universe, and spirit all interact to create this manifestation. You see, a lot of people out here, my old friends especially, right? Even some of my more awakened friends, maybe they have one foot in the matrix, maybe they're both in. They like to set plans, right? So if they want to get there, they look from this perspective that they have right now, right? So you're on top of, imagine you're on a big hill, right? And you want to get to that hill over there. So you map out, okay, I need to go right here, and I need to take a left at the troll and the bridge. I need to zigzag through the forest of death. I'm going to get lost in the valley until I make it to the top of that hill. You see, when they're starting a business, they try to map out a direction to go, getting more and more vague. But the problem is they don't know what resources they have even for step 2. They don't even know what opportunities are going to pop open and arise. And all of a sudden, all this planning is for nothing. Or you set this rigid-ass system, right? And then you have to force your way all the way through it. Welcome to contracts, right? 9 to 5 jobs and like sales teams and stuff, right? This shit that's all about force and rigidity. This, back up here. Force and rigidity is the weakest, absolute weakest way to manifest anything, because you are fighting upstream the entire time. You are fighting against spirit, you are fighting against the universe, and you're fighting against the universal laws of life. Nah, now we're about to flow heavy with that stream. I'm going to teach you how to start swimming back downstream, right? We're going to come at it from 2 perspectives. First, the magical manifestation. And we're going to touch on this briefly. This has some key elements and some ideas. We're not all here, and I cannot fully attest to the pure magical ability to manifest anything yet. But the magical perspective on this would be, yo, why are you worried about the how? Why are you planning steps to get anywhere? The how doesn't matter. Live in the goddamn end. Live in the manifestation. If you plan out steps for the how, you're just going into the conscious mind and trying to direct spirit where to go. Nah. If you're trying to manifest anything, the how is the magical part. You see, you could think of a million ideas on how to do something, how to get somewhere, how to be a billionaire. You could think of a million ideas. But guess what? The first one you act on, the first one, is the only thing that matters, because the one after that, the next decision, the next point you need to get to, you can only see it from that vantage point. It's like an invisible staircase. You can't map out all the steps. You could sit at the bottom, drop a million different routes to get to the top. But until you take that first step, you're going to have a different vantage point, a different perspective to see the top. Ideas evolve. Okay, that left just the pure magical and kind of went into the practical. But what I'm saying here is the plan, that is your hindrance. It's like, okay, I want to build a conscious community. Okay, that's the end goal, right? That's the manifestation, right? The how, I made mistakes like this starting 3 businesses. I made mistakes like this starting Reality Files, and I continue to make these mistakes, but I'm harping on myself to stop. And that's also a huge reason I'm making this video, because I struggle with this day in and day out, because my mind has been tarnished, has been filled with all these false belief systems about how to do anything in this realm. I'm trying to reprogram these so I can start going with the flow. And that is, instead of mapping out a million ideas, I love ideas, right? Mapping out a million ideas on how to get to that what. Now all I do is I visualize every day the what I want, the experience of myself in that manifestation, right? The conscious community. I visualize the website. I don't map out ideas of what I want the website to be. I visualize, I imagine, right? And then okay, let's get out of the head. Let's get into the practical groundedness, right? So we're here. Instead of mapping out future points, all we can literally do is be like, okay, I want to go that way. And this is what I got. This is the opportunities that have arisen. How could I combine all of these to literally slingshot me over 3 goddamn mountains and get to the other side? How can I utilize my exact situation, right? What my body is telling me, what my spirit is telling me, to flow faster, accelerate towards a manifestation, the easiest path, the path least resistance. That's what we're trying to find here, and planning hinders us. The second reason planning is no good at all is because people, all this visualization, imagination work we do in step 1, right? All this stuff we're doing to reprogram the subconscious mind. Guess what? This is going to change our decisions day to day. It's going to change, okay, when I go to the grocery store, what kind of foods am I going to buy? Because I am thinking from the perspective of a billionaire. I'm thinking from a perspective of a healthy, vibrant being, right? What foods would he buy? We're changing decisions, yes. But I would say one of the most strong applications as we walk towards this manifestation with spirit, right? Because that manifestation is aligned with our purpose. That manifestation is aligned with our path in life, is aligned with spirit, is aligned with source. When you are walking the straight and narrow, when you are true to you and walking your authentic path, my friends, guess what? Spirit is with you. Source is with you. God is with you, and you are here, and you want that. Spirit wants it. Guess what happens? The universe conspires to get you there. Spirit inspires you. What is inspiration? In-spirit-ation, right? In-breath animation. Whatever you want. I could play with this word a million ways, but what inspiration is spirit coming into body, and you can choose to entertain that, or you can choose to let it die. My friends, inspiration does not come twice. Whenever you have an idea, whenever you have a thought, guess what? You are driven by pure spiritual energy. And so, like, spirit is in body, right? The idea is with you, and you had the flame to achieve that idea right now. But if you write it in a damn book, right? If you put it in your idea basket, which I did for years, right? Because I had all these plans and rigid systems. Nope, I got to be going to school this morning. Nope, I got to go to work right now. Nope, I got to build a website right now. Guess what? The inspiration leaves you. Inspiration comes at strange times, often between 10 p.m. and 3 a.m. Inspiration cannot be controlled. You think you can control spirit? My ass, right? But if you are formless, if you are fluid, if you wake up every day and be like, I'm moving that way, I know exactly where the fuck I'm going, right? And spirit jumps in the body and tells you, whoa, do this right now. You go do that, right? I make this video because spirit jumped in my body when I'm out here meditating in the grass. And this is a much more fun, fluid, and exciting way to manifest. And it helps with that practical groundedness. If you miss out, if you have trouble doing things, right? Align yourself and your mission, your manifestation with your mission, with your purpose, something that excites you, something that you want deep down, right? That you think about all the time. And then let spirit enter the body and entertain spirit when spirit enters. Use inspiration, right? So that was the second point. The third point. This is getting more off of planning and goal setting and getting into the routines. So like, I was getting a lot of questions, right? Yo, Demetrius, what's the best fasting period for intermittent fasting, right? What's the best time to eat at? You know, what do you eat? How much should I eat? How long do you meditate for? When do you meditate? Guys, I do not have routines or systems, not for brushing my teeth, not for eating, not for sleeping, not for doing jack shit. You know why? Because I like to keep my mind open, expansive, and fluid. The moment that you wake up and unconsciously go to the bathroom, look in the mirror, and pick up that toothbrush to brush your teeth, which you've done every morning for the past 500 mornings, you are an unconscious robot. You are not thinking for yourself, going into a bigger picture. If you eat these foods because it's vegan and you saw one person on YouTube that ate that diet, right? And then you fast for 16 hours and then you eat between 2 and 6 because John Rose does it. And then you only eat fruit because Nature Boy says that, right? Guys, you are just as mindless, just as lost as someone deep in the matrix because you are still not thinking for yourself. You are still not creating your own systems, writing your own goddamn book. That is the key. We do not follow a book. We do not do as the Bible says. We might try it out. We might try out the path of Jesus. We might try out the teachings of Buddha. We might try out what Master Thoth says in the Emerald Tablets. Right? But that is not some kind of belief of ours. We test it. We see what our experience reflects. We see how we feel in the body, in the mind, in the spirit. We see how it affects our reality and our health. Right? When you fall into routine, you are no longer making choices. You are no longer the conscious creator. You are the unconscious robot, the program. You are no longer alive because you're just doing automated shit. This is what people do all day. Oh my God, it kills me. They wake up at a certain time. They drive to work. They drink the same old drink. They fucking eat at the same exact time. Say hi to Deb at the front desk. They get home at the same time. They don't look at the sun. They go watch TV. It's programmed, automated shit. And this is what I'm trying to teach. This is what I'm trying to get across is, yo, it's about fluidity. It's about formlessness. You don't know when spirit's going to hit you. You don't know how you're going to feel this day. You don't know what opportunities are going to arise. You don't know what doors are going to close or open, what resources you're going to find this day, right? How you're going to be feeling spiritually, energetically, emotionally, physically, mentally, right? All these factors should combine into that day and what you do at that moment. You see, if you eat every day at 2 p.m., you're going to find yourself eating every day at 2 p.m. a year from now. And then one day, you're not going to be hungry, but you're still going to eat at 2 p.m. Then one day, right, your body's going to be really craving avocado, right? But you don't know that because you never listened to your body before. You just went off this system that some YouTuber gave you. You never thought for yourself. You never listened to spirit. You never listened to source. You never listened to your goddamn self. Used your experience to verify information, to create knowledge, to create wisdom. You are a retarded, programmed individual. That is at the worst case scenario. What I'm saying here, guys, I don't know any better than you. I only use the information I gather, right? And then see what works in my life, see what propels me to the end game manifestation, and I keep that, right? I constantly experiment because I'm the goddamn alchemist, right? So I take different factors. Okay, what happens when I go to bed at 2 a.m.? I eat this at 12 p.m., right? I fast the rest of the time. I drink a whole bunch of water and I do 2 hours of energy work. What happens? What happens when I point my feet south when I do that? What happens if it's a full moon on that night? What happens, right? So there's so many factors. There's a million things we consume, all this different stimuli and variables that go into your state of being, your state of mind, your state of awareness, right? At each moment. All of this should go into creating your own system, so then one day you can write your own book about the system that you found, that in all is the ultimate system. I'll go read that book, I'll try out your system, and I hate to break it to you, the second time I do it, the second time I try it, I will be changing it. But that's just who we are out here. Unique individual creators, conscious creators, right? And we think for our goddamn selves. No book can think for me. No man can think for me. No religion, no government, right? No politically correct consensus a whole bunch of YouTubers come to. No, nobody can think for me. I think for myself. I am fluid and formless. I do not create systems. I do not chain myself down. I do not create plans to put myself in a box. And I do not create goals to put my mind in a box. I am free. I'm fluid. And I'm using this alchemical concoction to the best of my ability to manifest my heart's desire. That is the conscious creator, fluid and formless. I hope you enjoyed that one. Let's see if I forgot anything. Oh, also, last point here. Everything I just talked about in this huge alchemical process, I don't actually think about these things like analytically. Like, oh, the moon's at this point, I should be facing this way, I should have ate these exact things and then gone to bed at this exact time to have the best energy work session right now. No, these things are so abstract, they're so complex and interconnected, you have no way of trying to grasp them in the conscious mind. It's like the same thing as trying to plan out a route to a manifestation. You can't do it. It's not possible. There's so many things that come into play, right? But what you can do is use intuition, how you're feeling, and look at it from a greater perspective, a greater vantage point. Then you can make better choices. You can utilize all resources at your disposal, your state of mind, spirit, and your connection to the full force. Become the ultimate superpower here, and it's instantaneous. It is without thought. It is, because we are reprogrammed the subconscious mind, it is literally beelined straight at it. This is why Bruce Lee was faster than everybody else, because he was analog. He did not have to see and receive what his opponent did, right? And then bring that up to the conscious mind, analyze it, and then bring it back down to a reaction. He saw it and reacted to it without the mind involved, because he was one with the deed. The doer becomes the deed. The feeler becomes the feeling, right? This is the way, the book of the way, this is Taoism, right? This is all about formlessness and subtlety. And that is so much faster. So much faster. And we're gonna have to go, what I just said there to end that video, that's like a good 3-hour video in itself, talking about complete formlessness, trust, faith, certainty, and softness. So this was kind of like an overview on the planning, the goal setting, all the shit that puts our mind in a box. But next video on this subject of formlessness, we're really going to crack open the doors. We're going to go deep, and we're going to figure out how to master the state of flow. I hope you enjoyed. Please hit that subscribe button. Please like and share. If you enjoyed this video, let me know. Drop a comment below. You know, all that good stuff. Go check out the website, newsletter, the store. We got Skype sessions, you know. I'm working on a lot more stuff, so stay tuned, and I'll see you guys next time.